Yo, what's going on? What's happening? Been a minute. October 1st. You know we had to be here. Uh, Fragtober, man. We're gonna have to come up with something on the fly. And I've got just the right person to be here with me, Mr. Will Perdomo. How are you, sir?
Eve- Evening, sir. Happy Fractober.
Happy Fragtober to you. So, one of the one of the things that I've been doing because my oldest, my stepson and I, we as he's gotten older, he's gotten cooler. He's gonna be 21 coming in next month, and so we've been watching a lot of we call them cheese movies, and some of them I haven't seen. And what really set it off was I had seen this meme about how horror movie directors were kind of talking to each other in the backgrounds of their movies. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. So the we would have a Jaws poster and Evil Dead, and then in Nightmare on Elm Street there would be Evil Dead playing in the background, but then in Evil Dead 2 you could see Freddy's hand hanging, in the tool shed.
Or in Sleepwalkers when they're doing the CSI scene, and it has each of the CSI guys is Clive Barker, uh, Toby Hooper, and Stephen King and John Landis. So like it's Stephen King is
Oh,
the graveyard owner. He's like, I didn't let these
yeah.
damn kids in here, and he's talking to Clive Barker, then John Landis, then Toby Hooper.
Those were those were like the super guys of the days, and like the what one of the things I had realized is I'd actually never seen Evil Dead before, and no Army of Darkness, no uh, none of that, and so I decided to watch it. I really enjoyed the first one a lot, especially because Sam Raimi's filming techniques were very comic booky, broke a lot of rules. I thought that was funny. I thought the second one was really strange with the retelling, of the first movie in a different way, and of course with them spoilers ending with the cliffhanger. But no, we just started getting into cheese movies, so we watched Delta Force, which I hadn't watched since it came out in like '85. Watched what else did we watch? We watched American Ninja with Michael Dudikoff.
Dudikoff. He
Yeah,
was the star man of canon at that period before Van Damme.
yeah. And they had the girl. I didn't realize it at the time, but it was the girl from Weird Science. You remember Weird Science with where they make the Kelly LeBrock girl?
She was
Like,
in American Ninja.
yeah, she was the Colonel's daughter, but it wasn't Kelly LeBrock. Remember the two girls that Michael Anthony Hall and the other kid liked? The two girls at the party that they really
Oh
wanted
yeah,
to
I
get
forgot
with.
with the dark hair. She was also in a couple in a Joseph Zito Friday the 13th, who also did like Red Scorpion and Missing in Action. So there's that connection.
Right. Yeah. Look at Death Metal Hero was in the house. He actually hung out. He was here that day. He was coming through, which is always a real treat. Being able to see people. Speaking of being able to see people,
A lot of great people here.
yeah, a lot of really great people. It's great to see folks. Um, this weekend, you can come and if you're in the South Carolina area, there's this really great show called SC MiniCon. It's the mini version, 1 day version of the SC Con, South Carolina Con. The one back in April. They have one in October. We're going to see guys like myself, Andy Smith, Bud Root, a lot of other great guests. So if you're able to make it out, come on through. I'd be really happy to meet you and all of that. Um, I'm going to do some drawing today. I know people like drawing, so I
Hand of
figured
Sin, what up, sir?
that would be kind of cool. What up, Hand of Sin? It's good to see familiar faces. We're gonna try to get to streaming some more. Between other things. We had some real technical difficulties over here at the Incredible Comics headquarters. And thank goodness for my brother David. I'm now running on a Mac Mini, a definitely more modern system. So it's very cool, very exciting. I made this really cool intro today just for the shit of it. Here we go. Yeah, man. So that it just feels good to be creating that stuff and getting back to streaming again. For a while, I just didn't feel like streaming really needed to be part of my day. But a lot of people have asked me to come on back and draw some stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. Where people missed that, they missed the drawing Logitech. There we go. Which one is it? It's this one. Here we go. Look at
Welcome,
that.
Sexy Texy. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah. So now we can do this. Where did you go? Hold on a second. How do we do that?
Been a
There we
while.
go. That works. And you can hear me okay? You can hear me okay, Will?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly.
Okay, great. Great, 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 great. Awesome. Alexander Jensen, how many Black Flag pages are completed since last streaming? A whole lot more, and in a new way. Just going into the topic of Black Flag, I'm currently inking pages. I can show you some things real fast.
Speaking of which, let's see. Alfredo, what up? Linkovich, long time no see you. Hope you're doing well. Luke, welcome. Paulus Arts, glad you're here. Then we have old Brian Scanlon, old school homie. Glad he's here.
They're not here. They're
Huh?
not here. The ink stuff's not here, but we're gonna be putting those in
Oh, I was
another
talking to
week
Brian
here.
Scanlon, saying hello to him.
Sorry, what's up?
I was saying what up to Brian Scanlon.
Oh, what up, Scantron? Thank you, sir. Yeah,
Hey,
you know
Scanlon.
what? Thank you for the kind words. He had mentioned, uh, me looking healthy. I actually decided to quit drinking. Not quit drinking, but just no alcohol in my day or night,
Good.
and no sugar, and it's worked out really well. It's worked out a whole lot better. All right, let me think.
So, what are we doing?
I don't know yet. Maybe a zombie, right? Like
Well, tis the
to
season.
to kick it off, and uh, you know, first thing I want to do is just get into the idea of the forms. Uh,
All
I
right,
hear
Plato.
the sounds in my mind, right? And then I think about the musculature and the form of it all. Uh, Probably leaning a bit forward, motivated by brains.
The distribution of weight, forward
Yeah,
momentum.
yeah. And like, I'll get enough of the face in there. Don't want to obscure it too much. Think about the skeleton. Think about ribs. Maybe he's. They eat more than brains, right? There's different zombies, right?
Yeah, depends on which family tree you're in. If you're in the John Rousseau side, or if you're in the Romero side.
Okay,
If you're in the John Rousseau side, they're fast, they're funny, and they eat brains. If
right.
you're in the George Romero side, they're more orthodox. Bullet to the head, shambling, eating basically everything they can get their hands on that's warm.
Answer, Sexy Taxi. Ever going to drop that Mignola interview? I will. We got 25 interviews, and I just got to get them edited and put together. all
Okay.
part of the process. But it's what I've been doing is trying to economize and get things that need to get done and what's important for me to do and what's not important. So uh, that's been handed off to someone else as far as doing the editing and whatnot. But those are definitely on their way. Great interviews with a lot of people that have left us already. I've got Neil Adams, Kim Jong Gi. Of course, a lot of really good, other greats like Jim Mahfood and Carl Potts, Howard Chaykin. So a lot of good stuff, a lot of really great stuff that's going on. Also, we're only streaming right now on the Couch Doodles channel, and the reason for that is nostalgia's sake. Fragtober started here. There might be some people that will catch this on a later stream are like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. I decided I just wanted to take it easy, take it slow and get back into the streaming thing and just get back into communicating with everybody.
What up, some person? Welcome, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for coming
So
in.
so right now, like basically what I'm doing. What's up, some person? What I'm trying to do right now is establish some form, like the in some 3D space, a little bit of the weight of the gesture, but also I decided that he would be eating some piece of something, maybe the sinew of
That bone.
somebody's hand, right? I'm not even. It's weird. I'm not even looking at the paper right now. I'm watching the monitor. That's weird.
Uh, some person would like to know, can they have a wrench?
Yeah. Yeah. I just had. I'm not on YouTube. Just give me a second. Um. See. Look at that.
Exactly.
All right.
Well, there you go.
Hold on a second.
So it looks like
Let me
he's
get on the
gnawing.
YouTubes.
He's trying to suck out the bone marrow of a leg or something.
Yeah, I thought maybe an arm or something like that. Okay. Boom. All right. It
There's
says
a
I'm live. Here we
there's
go.
a subgenre that's not really big in America was the cannibal genre. The last one I saw, I think, was what that film Bone Tomahawk with Kurt Russell that had cannibal
There you
themes in it.
go. You wrenched up some
What up,
person.
Traeger?
Yeah. What's
There's
up? Hey. What's up, Jason? If you want to send him the link, that's fine. If you want to come in, Jason. I need to go blow my nose real quick. 'Cause
are you home, Jason? Let me know if you're home. I think you were out and about, and then we were talking earlier. Um, but yeah, man, I don't think there's that never really caught on. That was more of like a foreign exploitation genre, the cannibal genre. And yeah, Bone Tomahawk is pretty good, except I was not expecting that brutality at the end. And I know Krager was really bothered by it too. And if I mean, spoiler alert, there's a bisection and a castration at the end by these troglodyte, cannibalistic kind of Neanderthal Native Americans. I guess you could call them that. They're like this bastard bloodline of whatever Native American founded them in the film. But yeah, it's pretty crazy when they get there because the whole film is a western, like a road movie western, and then they get to their destination and they encounter these troglodytes in this in their territory, I suppose, and they get captured fairly easily. And yes, he did direct Brawl and Cell Block 99, Sexy Taxi Night. Yes, I do like that film quite a bit. I like to refer to it as Jason Krager's autobiography.
Oh, I want to see Bone Tomahawk. That'd be cool. Yeah.
It's on
So here's
Tubi.
here's some different ink tests, some threshold stuff. Luke got to see a lot of this stuff when he was here, but here's some sneak peek at some Raiden stuff. I'm working on some Raiden pages right now. So what I like to do is just kind of get into the world of it a little bit in here, and then jump into the pages. So here's some fun new stuff.
The same director dragged her across concrete. That guy, what's his name? Craig Zoller, I believe is his name. He wrote and directed all three. Hey, what up, Oliver? 656 crew in the house. What up? Welcome. There you go, Frager. You're bringing out all the old school cucaracha.
Well, the old school is where it's at, man. Let me see if I can add a third camera. I think extra camera. You know what's a trip is they allow you to use your iPhone as a camera, right? So you go like this and you hit share, and then where is it? Boom, there we go. Is it gonna see what I see yet? Oh, I have to say disconnect, connected. Maybe it does. I'm not sure. Does it yet? No. Weird.
Whatever
Okay.
that was.
Sometimes it'll act like a camera. I'm gonna take that out. All these new features. I haven't been on StreamYard in forever, and there's like all these like crazy new features. All right. There's the Pro Stream. There's this angle right here. There we go. Man, that's a bright ass light. Hello. There we are.
By the way, Frega, Oliver says, "What up?" He just popped in.
Hey, what's up? 656.
So where's the rest of you guys? Where's everybody? You know, like where's the entire Juarez crew, the Latin Connection?
Yeah. Oh, let me get to this one. This is so bright. Where are we at? This one.
We want to see your head.
Yeah. Maybe it doesn't work at the same time. It doesn't. That's crazy. Okay, whatever. I'll just deal with it being as bright as it is. There we go. Can you still hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear, but you were frozen in that second window.
Yeah, it froze. It was weird. I'll just kick it.
Yeah, man, Bone Tomahawk is in the tradition of like those genre bender movies like Sinners and Dusk Till Dawn, where it starts out as one thing and then it takes a genre turn,
right?
Which are cool, and I think it's interesting in Bone Tomahawk, you know, because it doesn't come in until the last 15 minutes of the movies when you get the real horror element of it.
It starts off as a Western?
Yes. Well, to be fair, it doesn't do it as sharply as the other two. There is like a prologue.
Which movies?
In like Sinners and Dusk Till Dawn. There's a little 10-minute opening with Sid Haig and David Arquette. And they're they're highwaymen and they're robbing these people while they're asleep, and they wander into the territory of these troglodytes as they're trying to escape some patrol they never go into it, but some patrol is coming by, some cavalry patrol, and they escape into this ravine where this troglodyte tribe has made their home, and they get attacked, and crazy. Sid Haig gets like his guts ripped out. He gets completely disemboweled, and then the troglodytes follow him to the town where he kind of goes to seek shelter, and they kidnap somebody, and then they get a posse together, and then it's like a road movie from there until they encounter them again at the end.
I need to see it, that's for sure.
And again, it's very, when they finally do encounter the troglodytes again, it is pretty brutal. Like it's even hard for me to take. And I was not expecting it.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty gory.
Yeah, especially if you're a man, because it's gonna hurt your
parts. Oh, is there like breaking balls?
Bisecting balls, yes.
Ah, okay, we're good.
So, yes, you're right, KSSS. It's rewatch Bone Tomahawk, listen and note the lack of music. It subconsciously gives a sense that something's off. Also, the soundtrack, the actual ambience, because the troglodytes have surgically implanted a kind of bone structure into their larynx, so they can't talk, but they can signal each other like animals. And it's creepy because it sounds like wind chimes, but that's them communicating using this kind of windpipe that they've made.
That sounds foul.
It is. So, and then you ask a question: how do they breed? And that's even worse in the film.
Mm.
Yeah, Craig Zoller guy is known for doing these kind of
Shocking stuff.
shock exploitation stuff. Like Cell Block, Brawl and Cell Block is pretty brutal too, but in a different way. It's a prison movie. With what I always Vince Vaughn, who's awesome in it.
Man, I haven't seen him in anything in a while.
Yeah, I mean I haven't either. Right? The last thing I saw him in was Cell Block 99. That's the last thing I saw him in.
And he was in everything for a while.
Yeah, and he was strictly a comedic actor, and then he took that sort of dramatic turn with True Detective 2, which I think is a great season. I'm probably alone on that, but I love True Detective 2.
I mean, he is, as far as humor, he's got great timing. You know, he's funny.
Oh yeah, I mean that's how he started working with who was it? John Favreau, Grifters.
Right?
So we were having yeah, he's the crazy stepdad, Sexy Texy, and Domestic Disturbance. Is that the one with John Travolta? Right? Is that it? Or is that Stepdad? The remake of Stepdad?
You know the movie that bugged me out, which like it threw me off because I mean I knew he was a great actor and everything, uh, but we put Delta Force on
Mm-hmm.
the other night and had Robert Forster in it, and he played the lead terrorist, and dude, I swear I didn't even know it was him. I didn't know it was him until it was like one of those like why do I know this guy? And then when you realize it's him, you're like, holy shit, he
Well, he
really.
was a man back in the day. In that period, he was the leading man in that period.
Yeah, well, he knew what was up, man, because he was really good, especially for I don't know what you if you'd call it a schlocky. What do you call those canon movies? I love them, still love them, love them
I
as
mean,
they came.
they were profitable, man.
They were what?
They were profitable, especially in that period in a home rental market. They were very profitable films.
Yeah,
We remember that in the 80s up until the mid 90s, the home video market was the bread and butter because that it was such an insatiable hunger to get content into those stores for people to rent that we forget that that's where people made their money was in the
right.
rental
Yeah,
market.
that was really huge.
So that stuff would go. Maybe they get on a couple of screens, and remember they're not expensive. I think like Missing in Action is like a $3 million movie, goes in a couple of screens, and it
See,
goes.
that's on the list, but I
Right, and
haven't.
then it goes to
I
TV
literally
too.
haven't seen that one in years.
Invasion USA was another one. I think
I
was
just
another
got that.
canon.
That's 85.
Yep, another cool one with what's his name? Lynch, the guy who got burned doing drugs, just like you know what I'm talking about, right? Who knows him? He played villains and he was burned from like a drug accident or a car accident.
Uh,
Um, his last name is Lynch. He's in a lot of full moon movies. He plays villains a lot. He was in Rob Zombie's Halloween. He was the principal.
mm,
He kind of has a melted face from being burned.
I'm not sure, but that's terrible for him.
Um, People know if they saw him, they know exactly what I'm talking about. But he's the villain in Invasion USA, and he has that great scene.
Yeah, KSS.
What
Exactly. Lee Marvin.
Lee Marvin? Yep.
I was like, and it turns out that was his last movie too. He died like a year and a half later, but he was dope in that movie.
I bet you're a big Lee Marvin fan.
I love Lee Marvin. I wouldn't say I'm a huge Lee Marvin fan, but I mean I like the Dirty Dozen and all the the '60s stuff.
Um, have we heard of Peter Hahn? He teaches dynamic sketching and was part of Kim Jung Ji's group. He'd be an interesting person to interview. Really good artist. Do you know this person, Frega?
Hold on. What's the question?
Some person said, "Do
Peter
you
Hahn. Yeah,
know?"
Peter
Yeah.
Hahn is incredible. He's from animation. That guy is, yeah, he's terrific. He is incredible. we could have him on an interview. That would be nice. That's the thing too. Just working out some of the details of the channel and the kind of content we're going to want to do. Um, I think a lot of it is going to end up being a lot of, especially on this Couch Doodles channel, a lot of uh, infotainment, as it were. Like just showing people fun things. Maybe doing book reviews or old school walkthroughs of old fan magazines. It could be anything. I don't really know what it's going to be, but I know it'll be fun.
Brian got my reference when I
How's
said that.
is he looking zombie
Yeah,
ish?
he's got the creeping, bent fingers of death.
Yeah.
And what up, Adam? Welcome, Mr.
Yeah, I mean
Lawson
it's
in the house.
like a trope. What's up? It's good to see you, Adam.
And he's going to be launching the Jawbone Death 2 soon,
Heck
along
yeah.
with Mad Dog Morgan.
Oh yeah.
So he's got a couple things he's working on.
Awesome.
And at least Brian got my reference, in Reservoir Dogs when Michael Madsen, after him and Mr. White almost fight, and he's like, "You're a big Lee Marvin fan, aren't you?"
Oh, that's what it's from. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
October 7th.
totally missed the reference.
Harvey Keitel, excuse me, the name escaped me for a moment.
He was in a movie with Richard Pryor that I want to see.
Harvey Keitel?
Yeah.
Richard Pryor?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm looking it up. I just saw it recently and was like, yo, I need to see that. Hold on a second. Where's it at?
Richard Pryor. I wasn't aware he actually did a movie with Richard Pryor.
I'm on.
Was it Superman, was it?
No, it was called Blue Collar. It's a 1978 drama that delves into the lives of American working class. So it's got Richard Pryor, Harvey Keitel, and Yapik Kodo.
Yapik Kodo, yeah. Yapik Kodo was cool too back. He was in
Yeah, KSS knew, man.
Yeah, he knew. He called before any of us.
Yeah, Blue Collar, that's exactly right. I want to see that.
Yeah, Canon was fine until they made the big mistake that all those studios made, where they decide, hey, instead of doing what works, let's go into the big time, right? Like they made the same mistake that Carico made.
What do you mean? Like
trying to make a giant budget movie of a studio sized budget instead of sticking with what they knew.
Which movie was that?
Canon's quagmire was Master of the Universe.
Was it really?
Yep, that was their bid to do a big.
I didn't even know that was a Canon movie, dude.
It was their big attempt. Now, Cyborg, Cyborg, remember Van Damme?
Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That was supposed to be Master of the Universe too.
Was it really?
Yes, all those sets, all those costumes were being built because they thought Masters was going to blow big, and it didn't. So they just sort of like gave it to Albert Pune and said, make a movie to make something with all this stuff that we're not going to use for another movie.
Wow.
And Albert Pune made Cyborg, which was supposed to actually be, now that we're talking about Chuck Norris, it's supposed to be a Chuck Norris movie. It's supposed to be a National Guard trooper just kind of making his way through the apocalypse to get home. That's why it has that vibe.
That's a trip, dude. It's always funny to see these backstories. And we as kids, we only got it through like things like Fangoria or
Starlog.
Conventions or trades or fanzines,
Mm-hmm. Starlog was the big one for these kinds of movies.
Which was Starlog?
Starlog.
Yeah. I think they were owned by the same people that did Fangoria, didn't they?
I have no idea. Did they have the same parent company? Yeah, Frank Langella was Skeletor.
Yeah, he was in a totally different movie, dude.
So was Drew Struzan with that poster, man. That movie didn't happen, that Drew Struzan poster.
Yeah.
Sexy Taxi. I like the Dread movie with Stallone. I like it. I was watching it the other night. I think it's a cool looking film. It's
Oh,
totally all over the
I
place,
am the law.
but there's some cool shit in it. There is some cool shit. Danny Cannon did what he could with that film, being handicapped like he was, and that was another Carrico film that crippled them too. That was from Carrico, but the first film that crippled them and made him go out of business was Cutthroat Island with Matthew Modine.
Oh yeah, what was his Harlan? What's his?
Rennie Harlan.
Yeah, Rennie Harlan, Gina Davis's husband.
And it starred Matthew Modine, and that was their attempt to make a big budget pirate movie or a big budget studio type movie, and it bombed.
Right.
And they didn't recover from that. They actually went out of business.
Right.
Because it was just one flop too many. They had Dread, and then there was another one they had. They had Terminator 2, which was a big gargantuan hit for them, and then they went into this movie, and it killed them. Cutthroat Island. But man, yeah, that when we saw that Canon logo going do, we got excited as kids, man.
I was trying to explain that to Chance. I said, whenever you saw Canon or Carolco when you were a little kid, you'd be like, yeah, it's time. And sometimes TriStar for a while was a good one too.
Yeah, it's going to be Arnold. It's going to be Stallone. It's going to be Van Damme.
Right. Ninjas.
Not Steven Seagal.
There's going to be ninjas involved.
Yep. There's going to be lots of guns. It's going to be. I mean, Arnold was the Carolco guy for a while. They were buying him all of his scripts.
Was that real? I think you might be right. Like, was that all like the what do you call it? Raw Deal and Red Heat and stuff like that?
Yep. Raw Deal, I'm not sure, but Red Heat definitely. That was Carolco. Terminator 2.
RoboCop.
Let's see. Predator was Silver, Joel Silver. What up, Maromi?
In the house.
RoboCop was TriStar / Orion. Orion was another one. That was another one that was huge in the 80s. And then it took a dump in the 90s. And then everybody fled to United Artists. And then United Artists took a dump. They had their own.
And then for a while, Lionsgate was like the place.
It still is. I mean, they do what Lionsgate is smart about it. They make low budget genre movies, and they've made a business of that since 2003.
Awesome.
But yeah, man, they who was it? Carrico. Yeah, and Orion got their. I don't know what film killed them. They had a big hit with RoboCop, and Silence of the Lambs got them Academy Awards. But then they started to suffer, and that's why they rushed through those 2 RoboCop sequels.
Oh.
Because they needed to cash out. And that's why they both have that Rush vibe. Because they
really feel like a cash grab.
Yeah, they needed the money. Like, Orion was broke at that time.
Mm.
And they hired Irving Kershner to direct the second one.
I know, Frank Miller on the script.
Yeah, RoboCop 3 is unwatchable. And speaking of that, you mentioned the other day, Night of the Creeps.
Yeah. That's on my list of stuff I'm going to watch this month.
Interesting thing, he brings up RoboCop 3 because Night of the Creeps was written and directed by a guy named Fred Decker, who was very young in his early 20s, right out of film school. He wrote and directed Night of the Creeps, and then while Night of the Creeps was in the can, he wrote and directed with Shane Black. Monster Squad, right? And they came out at the same time, and they bombed at the same time.
This is a great question, Scantron. Yes, in fact, Drunken Master is Chance's favorite. That's the one he puts on loop.
Yeah, Drunken Master is great with the Jackie Chan, right?
Oh yeah. He gets all sauced and whoops ass and breathes fire, and he kicks the shit out of this fancy pants dude. And I don't know, you've seen it, right? Drunken Master.
Of course.
Yeah.
Just to cap this off, and then Fred Decker killed his career with those 2 films, and then he's like, "Shit, I need a hit," and they offered him RoboCop 3 and killed his career again.
Oh.
Poor guy, dude. His movies didn't become popular until like 25 years later.
Well, that happens, you know.
Scanlon says, how does Anchor Bay distribute all the rad stuff on DVD? Will, I mean, I don't know, man. They did. They had all those horror genre films. Maybe because they were first ones to actually do it. Brian, nobody else was really releasing that stuff. Criterion wasn't. Now you have a bunch of boutique brands doing that stuff. You've got Arrow, you've got Shout, you've got Scream, you've got foreign brands like 88 Films.
I like Arrow a lot.
Yeah, but now you've got competition for that shit now, Brian. You know, those catalog titles, not just Anchor Bay putting it all out. Yep, you're correct, KSS. Monster Squad came out when Shane Black sold Lethal Weapon script. The title was originally Die Hard, and he's correct. He went off and became successful, and his homeboy Fred sort of languished. But then brought him back.
Shane Black, I mean, he was in Predator. He did what? Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Joel Silver's guy for decades. He was the highest paid screenwriter before Joe Esterhaus.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Last Boy Scout, he got paid like something crazy, dude, like $6 million for Last Boy Scout.
That was a really great script, though.
It's funny as shit, is what it is.
I love that scene with the dude in the closet.
There we go.
Bruce Willis comes home and his like buddy is sleeping with his wife.
He's like, did she pass her finger test? Like, your finger test, my wife.
Yeah. She's like, you're crazy. You need to see your therapist and all this shit.
Yeah, call your therapist. And you know what's really funny is the senator. Remember, he has that backstory where that senator did him dirty and got him.
Oh right, yeah.
And he prank calls him all the time. He's like,
yes.
Telling us that the senator has been receiving obscene phone calls. Do you know anything about this? And I find that funny that he's not like stalking him. He's just calling and talking shit. Like that, but you know, it's very childish but really funny.
Man.
Yeah, man. Some indie studios back then. I was a Full Moon kid. I was a full-on Full Moon kid. I wasn't really a Trauma kid. I was a big fan of Charles Band back in the day. Still am.
I liked all the John Woo shit.
I mean, yeah, man. And this is a good time because Shout owns all that stuff. So now we're getting The Killer 4K. Yep, we're getting Hard Boiled. We're getting Better Tomorrow 1, 2, and 3. We already got City on Fire, which is not John Woo. That's Ringo Lam, but still
Ringo
good shit.
Lam, I mean, he's no slouch.
Well Read Comics, how you doing? He says, hey Dan.
What's up, Well Read? Good to see you, dude. I'm just drawing a zombie. So we were just talking about watching zombie flicks and such, and you know, I'm trying to get. I want to get him into all of that stuff, like you know, the good, the bad. You know, because there's a lot of movies that I still hold in really high regard, like that first Rambo movie, First Blood.
Mm-hmm. Carrico.
Yeah, I look at that movie in different eyes than just your standard action movie. You know, it's cinema really. It's just really good.
Yeah. And also, if anybody's interested, it's one of the greatest novels. I mean, it's a fantastic novel, and I think they want to remake it, and I hope they do because.
You're talking about First Blood?
Yeah, man, the novel is one of the great novels I've ever read. I love that book.
Yeah, it differs from the book a whole lot, doesn't it?
Yes, mostly.
I mean, from the movie.
Yeah, mostly in the relationship between him and Teasel, the Brian Dennehy character. In the movie, he's just sort of just the bad guy, one note. But the book is sort of half and half their story, and it's sort of about a generational difference, silent generation versus boomers, Vietnam versus Korea, and father versus son. And he's far more of a sympathetic character because he sort of sees John Rambo as a kind of, how's that, rebellious youth, and Rambo sees him as like a authority figure, doesn't earn it.
Right.
And that whole book is split between them, and it's both their stories, not just I hate Rambo, let's take him out. It's
Right.
he has they go into like a relationship with his father. He's got these issues also with rebelling against his father, Teasel, who's like the guy in the movie. Remember the guy with the dogs?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be his dad in the book.
Galt?
They're arguing the entire time about their relationship when they're in the forest.
Oh.
And he gets killed in that sequence.
Yeah, well, Galt was a piece of shit.
Not Galt, but the guy that's using that to bring the dogs. That's like, come on, dogs, let's go.
Oh, that guy. Right.
That's his dad in the book, and the whole sequence is them arguing, basically like, Dad, shut the hell up. We're here to do a job.
And you have the David Caruso early role, right?
Yep. Before NYPD Blue.
Before the sunglasses.
Yep. Before he killed his career and then kind of got it back with CSI. Worst decision he ever made, leaving NYPD Blue. That was like written for him.
Well, man, I mean, if he's making a living and he's enjoying what he's doing, you and I were talking a little bit about the Boondock Saints, the Troy McDuffie or Troy Duffy.
Okay. He's not okay. Maybe I'm misremembering. KSS says the guy with the dogs in is his dad in the book, but he raised him. The dog guy was his dad's friend. Okay, yes, thank you.
I have a feeling KSS is of my generation, and not that you're not in my generation. Well, we're just what.
I'm one removed from you.
Yeah, but because I remember I was talking about some early days of adult films one time, and KSS was like, "Yep, I know that name. Or I was dirty or whatever because I knew the name. Yeah, 47. That's close. Or maybe it wasn't KSS, but still, when I mentioned K Parker, I remember somebody was all, "What the heck?"
There we go.
Goes way back.
Go back Phil's book, and there it is right there, the link, guys. The Man with No Strings. That whole sequence at KSS that you bring it up now, you've recently read it. That sequence where they go after Rambo initially in the dark, and that whole crazy sequence of Teasel trying to escape, like basically almost naked, like crawling through the bushes, like in rain, barely getting away from this ambush that Rambo sets for them. It's pretty crazy. Great sequence in the book. And I think a good Rambo, if they ever remade it, they are remaking it, but I thought a good Rambo would have been Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling,
Yeah, I think that would be cool. He's got the demeanor for it.
I'm gonna see if I can get the zoom in there a little more. I'm gonna work on that this face. I won't be able to zoom. That's right. This new computer, it's weird. Some of the older apps worked better. Like being able to adjust things and whatnot. But,
now that you're drawing zombies, I mean, we did have this discussion the other day, and I'm curious what the chat thinks of it. And I'll start it. But Frank was asking me what my top 3 zombie movies were, and I said my number 1 was this one, which is
Day of the Dead.
Yeah, George Romero's Day of the Dead is my top zombie movie.
Okay.
So I'm curious if you all agree with me. I think that's the greatest one ever made. Most of you probably think Dawn is.
I watched Night of the Comet the other day. That was, it's not really a great zombie movie, but
which one? Night of the Comet.
Night of the Comet. But what was Dawn of the Dead? Was that the one shot in Monroeville?
Yep, that's the Monroeville one.
Yeah, because it was interesting. There's this convention that I used to do, really fun show. It was the Pittsburgh Comic-Con, and it was in the Monroeville Expo Mart, which was next door to the mall that they shot Dawn of the Dead at, and sometimes when they had Tom Savini was a guest one time, and anyway, I remember one of the attractions of this show was being able to go through the mall and be like, that's where that happened, and that's where that happened. It's like when I lived in California. Remember when I lived in Hacienda Heights and I lived by the Back to the Future Mall?
Yep.
Yeah. And you go, oh, that's where Marty rolled down the hill, and that's where he went.
But you know what's also interesting? or breed pine trees.
Delta Force. Remember, or is it Delta Force? Which one am I trying to think of? Which movie? Fuck.
Uh,
Now they're all blending together. Where the guy
it,
goes into the town and he meets a guy called Dollars, and it's played by the same guy who plays Peabody in Back to the Future. You killed my pines, and he's
I
the
know what
one.
you're talking about, but I'm
He
not sure.
has the dogs. He has the dogs in this movie, and was it Delta Force? It's starting to mix me up, or was it American Ninja?
I mean, which American Ninja?
Say what?
I mean, how many of these American Ninjas are? Four?
Oh well, American. No, I mean Revenge. Enter the Ninja.
Well, that or Jim Taka.
Dude, we used to call that Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter. I mean, I guess by the way, guys, I guess Evil Dead. I mean, it's not really a zombie movie. I think that's more of like a combo ghost monster movie. I'd say. I wouldn't call it a zombie movie.
He was
certainly.
in Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh, okay. I love that film. I love the second one. Because obviously it has the original meme, right? The Garbage Day
Right.
meme.
He was in Enter the Ninja.
Who? Okay, Mr. Peabody.
Yeah, his name Will. This guy here.
Yep, there he is.
Yeah, you killed my pines.
Reanimator. I don't know, man. That's more body horror, I think. I'd say that one's more body horror, Reanimator, because it just by the end of it, you've got like the bad guy who's a psychic, and his body starts to turn into this Cthulhuoid monster gate at the end with tentacles coming out, going after, what's his name, Dr. West. I mean, I forgot the character, the man who plays him, who plays Herbert West. Come on, somebody help me here. I almost said Albert Pume, but it's not the director. It's close. He's been in an Albert Pume movie.
You're talking very. That's all out of my wheelhouse. That's what I'm trying to do is get to learn more about this stuff. So, chat's gonna have to help you on that one.
You've never seen Reanimator?
I saw Reanimator. That's the one with that glowing green stuff that brings people back to life. Yeah, yes. I saw that back in like when it came out, and I remember it being sort of like comedic.
Yes, there is stuff in there it's okay. Very dark and realistic, and it can get pretty gross.
Okay.
Jeffrey Combs. Thank you, Death Metal Hero. Yeah, Jeffrey Combs, who's awesome and underrated and should have been in tons more movies. Especially if you saw him in The Frighteners. Like, why didn't he do more like big budget movies after The Frighteners?
See, I want to see Dead Alive. I want to see Frighteners. There's a whole like list of movies that I know you've told me about. A lot of other people have told me about that I need to see. Because I generally, even when I was a kid, I just found them to be funny. Like, I thought Freddy Krueger was hilarious. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the way he would talk and like.
Well, he became comedic. He started doing his one-liners.
Yeah.
Where in the first one he's not doing that. You don't even really get a good look at him in the first one.
The first one he's terrifying.
But later on he's playing video games and he's putting people into pizzas and doing all kinds of things. And
yeah, Johnny almost sounds movie.
Yeah, he gets killed in the bed.
And Rawhead Rex. Say what?
Rawhead Rex is an interesting one that Muromi just said.
I saw what's her face, the girl that played Beth in Better Off Dead. She was one of the girls in the beginning of the movie.
Not sure. The Hand with Michael Caine. Sallow. Okay, we're not going to get into Sallow, Krager. I mean, that's not even horror. That's beyond horror. That's something you don't need to see. It's like a Serbian film. You don't need to see that guy. You don't need to see Sallow. Because you can't unsee it once you see it. You ever heard of that film, Frigga, Sallow?
No, but I did see one recently that I really enjoyed because it was the violence, the cartooniness of the violence cracked me up. Something called Sisu.
Zissou, yeah, it's kind of cartoony.
Oh my god,
Um,
dude! I laughed so hard. That movie cracked me up so much.
yes,
You know,
Krager, thank you. There is shit soup in Sallow.
what do you say?
Okay, put it this way: Sallow is a world. It's an adaptation of the Marquis de Sade's *100 Days of Sodom* in the terminal end of fascist Italy, where a bunch of fascists are going to get together and they're going to have a good time and have their way with a bunch of teens in the most depraved way possible. And it involves excrement soup, as Krager just reminded us.
Oh,
And like I said, it's one of those films you see and you're like, yeah, I shouldn't have seen that.
yeah. But would they call that Rule 34? Like, if you don't think it exists, it exists, or
Mhm.
maybe that's an internet rule or whatever. But something.
Again, Marquitos, it's based on his book, so there's going to be, you might as well watch Justine or something. Marquis Sade's not going to, if you're a sadomasochist or you're into sadism, he's your man. I mean, he did write his books on toilet paper in the Bastille.
Is that true?
Yeah. He would throw them out the window to his followers and they would collect them for him. So he was one of the key revolutionaries and uh, intellectual godfathers of the French Revolution, along with people like Rousseau. I don't know what Rule 34 is. I'm sorry, guys. That's never heard of that.
It's something about if it exists, there is porn of it. That's it.
Ah, so like Order 66 for
But I feel like that's kind of like the same thing with when it comes to any sort of like crazy horror movies or whatever too. It's like they got you covered, you know. Possessed cell phone, possessed fork, you know.
By the way, Lola is dead, but long live Lola, and I have another kitten, a black cat here to replace Lola. So Lola, long live Lola.
Who's Lola?
Remember my three-legged cat that would always
Oh
meow
right,
down
right,
the
right, right.
hallway?
Yes.
Krager says, what do you say? And this is what I love. Will having a degree in history really does serve you well. Thank you, Krager. And sometimes, if I'm doing Jeopardy, maybe I can win something. Possessed Fork? Are we Possessed Fork? Are we talking about what was that movie they made that Deathbed?
What
The
is
bed that
that?
eats. It's exactly what it is. It's a possessed bed that eats people, and people
Okay.
just keep ending up on the bed.
I mean, if your favorite buddy toy can kill you, why not? You know, why
Mm-hmm.
not your bed?
I mean, that's another good one. Tom Holland directed that one.
What
So
What are
he
you
was
talking about?
Chucky, right? Is that what you're mentioning?
Was that the? Is that Tom Holland?
Yeah, he directed the first one.
Did not know that.
Not Tom Holland Spider-Man. Tom Holland, he wasn't born yet. Uh, movie director Tom Holland.
Yeah, hold on a second. I gotta sneeze.
You guys would probably know Tom Holland he wrote and directed Fright Night, the original Fright Night, which is bar none one of the great. Yeah, there you go. KSS, one of the great horror films of the '80s. He wrote and directed. That was his first directing gig after he kind of blew big with writing the script for Psycho 2, which is one of the great sequels of all time. And he also wrote that film, The Beast Within. Remember where the kid's turning into like a cicada or something?
No. See, again, this is all like I'm still in new territory when it comes to this stuff.
You were
Because the
never a
video
genre guy,
store, like
man.
you want to get into like kung fu movies and ninja movies and samurai movies and things like that. I can definitely talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
But
That
horror
was your
movies,
jam, man, back in the
say
day.
what?
That was your jam.
Yeah.
There you go. Randy Siplon, Fright Night. And that's a great, I like that film, Wolf, by the way, his Avatar,
How you doing,
that
Randy?
Mike Nichols film. Fright Night and Return of the Living Dead are my favorite 80s horror films. And I think it's interesting. that Return of the Living Dead sort of marks the boomer end of Hollywood before you get into the kind of punk era. Where the ending is nuclear war and fallout and everyone's going to die. You kind of see the transition from boomer Hollywood to Gen Xer Hollywood in Return of the Living Dead. It's really funny. Yep. Of course Frank has seen the original Creepshow.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah. I saw that in the theater as a kid.
Luke wants to know, have you watched the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Oh, yeah. I saw that a long time ago, too. The remake, was it Marcus Nispel or
Yep.
who did? Yeah, that one made me feel ill.
And you know what's funny about that one is that Daniel Pearl shot that. His DP that shot all of his music videos.
Yeah.
He shot that, and he's the original DP for the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre when he was in film school.
I had no idea. That's cool.
So he got offered the gig, and he's like, I know you did the original one. And he's like, dude, yeah, of course. I have to do the new one. I can make it look so much different and cooler than my original bullshit I did in film school.
That's cool.
And that's his main DP. That's the guy who did all his commercials, all of his music videos.
He sure likes his long lens.
Yep. Where you'll get across the street with it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, the one with Jessica Biel. She
Oh, yeah.
cool in that film.
That's the one.
Yeah. Yummy. And
that,
that's an interesting one to bring up, the Marcus Nispel one, because that was the period, and Adam will probably back me up on this, when after Scream was such a huge success, every studio suddenly had a genre department. And that was kind of what came out of it. Platinum Dunes was a genre production company. It was Michael Bay's company. Remember? He started Platinum Dunes to do those remakes, those slick, sexy, low-budget remakes. Yeah, he had a deal with Paramount. They did Texas Chainsaw. They did all the sequels, plus they did Freddy, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
That was Samuel Bayer. That was another music video guy.
They were all music. Even the guy who did the Hitcher remake for Platinum Dunes, he did that Pink video. The I'm coming, whatever. I'm going to party or whatever it is. You watch a million of these things. You know what I'm talking about.
I do. All right, here's the
drawing.
drawing.
All music video directors.
There we go. That's it. That's what you get. That's what you get for your Fragtober drawing today. Not sure what I'm gonna do with it. Yet.
Yep. Hills Have Eyes came out of that period. Hills Have Eyes was Fox Atomic, and that was another genre.
That's the one where it was like the weird Appalachian people. Is that one?
Yeah, it's up in the desert. That's Wrong Turn.
That's right. They weren't Appalachian, but they were all weird, weird.
It was Appalachia. They were driving to Appalachia in that film.
I know, Kirk Bassey. It has been. It's coming good, dude. It's coming good.
Yeah, and that's Fox Atomic too. All those genre movies, and then Lionsgate created a studio to be a genre studio. And we saw that kind of in the '90s, where with Dimension was doing that. That was their genre movie brand. But it didn't get huge, and they're the ones who put out Scream. Scream was a Dimension production, and it was huge. So everyone's like, we got to do Scream, like Scream type shit,
right?
And then we got the explosion of horror films.
Is it Wrong Turn or U-Turn?
U-Turn was the Oliver Stone film with Sean
Michael
Penn.
Douglas?
No, Sean Penn.
Sean Penn, right.
John Voight and J-Lo.
That's right, she was in it. What up, Unhinged? Good to see you.
Hey,
we're
Jason.
actually gonna wrap this up. We've been going for an hour, and I did a.
I know you want to watch Life Force, and I'm not gonna tell you why you probably want to watch Life Force, but you'll know when you see it.
Is it a lady?
I mean, why were little boys watching Life Force back in the '80s?
Night Force, huh?
Life Force. You know what I'm talking about? The
Toby
Hooper film. There's a beautiful woman who's naked the entire film.
Life Force? Spell it.
Life Force. Life, Life, Force, yeah. Force. Life Force. And she's naked the entire film.
I've never heard of it. I'm looking it up.
You know, that's the
And it
reason.
was from 1985.
Yes, it was Toby Hooper directed it, and Dan O'Bannon wrote it. He or adapted it from the Space Vampires.
Matilda May, is that the space girl?
That's her. That's her. And she, like I
Born in
said, she
'65, man. She got 8 years on me, man.
naked the entire film, and that's why us little boys are like, yeah, we want to watch this cool science fiction film. No, we don't. We want to watch a naked lady. Don't give me that. We have to sit there with our hand on the return button, make sure our parents don't come in. Well, is that true? I mean, Phil just kind of wandered in here late, and he said, "Wait, is Fragtober back?"
Who knows, Phil? We don't know. We don't know. We're just having fun and doing a little of this and a little bit of that. Uh, it's a good day. It's
Yeah,
a
and it's
good
a
day
great, by the way,
to
it's a
have a
great
great day.
soundtrack, Moroni. Fantastic soundtrack.
Here we go with there's the drawing. You get the scale of it.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's about as big as a hand. But yeah, no, we're gonna start increasing streaming again. The other thing too, like I said, if you guys get a chance and you are in the South Carolina area at all, come give us a visit at the SC Comic Con. It's happening Sunday. Just go to sccomiccon.com and you can get the details about location and tickets and all that. But it's going to be a really, really good time. And also, I want to thank everyone who came to the show today for being here. And Will, thank you for being here as well.
Thank you for
Co-host,
having me.
making things much easier to do. Scanlon, I haven't, and I'll tell you why. You told me that I needed to watch the documentary first and then listen to it. So I haven't had the time to watch the documentary yet. But if you just tell me to listen to it, I can just pop it on. It's just the sitting and watching. And anyway, I want to. And thank you very much. Anyhow, yes, it's October 1st. It's kind of crazy. I will. Okay, I will definitely. I'm gonna pop it
Thank
on.
you,
Man,
guys.
I love music. I love vinyl. You can see behind me the records. There's just nothing better, better than vinyl when it comes to the sound and the overall experience. I try to explain that to my daughter. I was explaining to her what it was like buying a vinyl at the store and opening it up and seeing the liner notes and the art direction, and like it was a tangible experience. Yeah, sign up to Meathead, you guys. That is exactly right.
Thank you, some person. I appreciate it.
We're gonna get some cool stuff. Have you told them that I was gonna do the Ashcan cover yet?
Yeah, I mean, they back when we, 8 months ago when we were streaming again.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
But yes, they know about it. But so much has changed since then. And there's so much to talk about and show you. I mean, there's so much to show you guys. We got a lot of work done in the last 8 months.
One more time. You see some of the glare of the shiny lights. You can see that ink, but not terrible. Not a terrible zombie for an hour. All right, you guys, we're gonna close out with what can we close out with? Let me see.
With your mom.
There's Ding Dong. There's Bacon.
Oh, by the way, there's the brushes. Thank you, some person. If you want the brushes and template.
That's right. Thank you. I'm also working on a set of Clip Studio brushes. I've made a transition over there to Clip Studio as well. Not 100%, but a little bit of back and forth.
There you go. Close with Bacon.
Yeah. So those will be. You want to close with Bacon? Let's bring it back. Let's go.
All right, everyone.
You guys have a absolutely wonderful night. We'll see you the next time. When.